So some tips for jamming, blues jamming, minor jamming, major jamming, something. And some things that you got to have in your bag, as the saying goes. And that is when somebody says this jam or we're going to do this or whatever it is, whenever that key is, it's to really immediately run through some checkpoints to make sure that to make sure where your framework lies. And so somebody says, hey, we're going to jam an A, imagine that, and it's in minor, major. That part doesn't matter yet. What matters is where is A, and so I need to be able to know where those notes are, and I didn't hit every single one with that one. But we have to, in voice, you have to have what's called tonal center. So if somebody says do, if you lose do, you're never going to find any other note because you don't have a benchmark. It's not quite the same as an instrument, but it's similar in the sense that if you lose what key you're in and where those notes of the key are, or the root or tonic of the key, then it's going to be hard to build any framework around what do I do next. And so if nothing else, if you in A minor blues jamming or jamming, think of a shape that you know for minor pentatonic, and then ask yourself where is the root in that shape. And so if that's your shape, probably is one of them. Knowing where the root is the first step. And so if you want to play in that shape, and you probably do, then make sure you know that at the very least. What I would add to that is, especially for jamming purposes and wanting to kind of get up the neck, I would at least add the root again to the B string. And so the flat 7 is here, and a flat 7 is a whole step below the root. And you want to memorize where that is by thinking my minor 7 in my minor pentatonic shape on the B string, the root again is here, a whole step above it. It's not only the root, it's the same pitch as on the first string. So it's not an octave below, it's actually the same note and the same pitch. And so to know that, and then I would also want to add to my, well, yeah, I'll just say it, minor third, which is not in your shape. There's 9, but either way, first step, where's my note, the key center? Just know that exists. If it's B, I'm not trying to play anything, I'm just pointing out where the notes are. From that, you want to take the root and then say to yourself, if all I know is that, or I'm in a moment where that's all I can think of, then you can still use it. You're probably going to use it on one of the first 2 strings. You might even play that lick. Whoops. It's been played a lot. But if nothing else, whatever that jam is, just having that, playing that root is going to give you something to work off of. It might inspire an idea. If it doesn't, just listen to Albert Collins sometime and listen to how many times he hits the root of the scale or chord. And so if that's all you got, accidentally hit the 5 and play that too. But stick with the 1, make sure you got it, and then add the third. And so in minor pentatonic, 1, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 3. And so if I've got the root down pretty good, I want to add the minor third. And so on my 6th string, it's good to know that, but I can't play both at once. Whereas if I play 1 flat 3 in my minor pentatonic shape, I can. So and then up here, so now I have 1 flat 3, 1 flat 3, 1. And so rather than if I'm in that moment of I only can think of the root of the chord, well, there's a flat 3 right there. And all the other techniques that go into sliding up into a chord or down to a chord apply, especially when you only have a note to work with and not a bunch. And so at some point when I'm sitting there, of course, something is going on, right? I'm using the root and the flat 3. I might slide back down to the root again. Back down to the root again by via flat 3 root. Depending on what's going on. Eventually the triad, right? 1 flat 3 5, 1 flat 3 5, 1, and then the 1 here, so that you're not limiting yourself to just a note or two, that you're giving yourself. I had the 4 I shouldn't have. You're giving yourself at least the triad to work with, which will give you a lot more options. But take a moment and look at your shape, your minor pentatonic, and make sure you know where the 1 is. Be able to find the 1 up on the 2nd string. For me, I just know it's 6 away. I mean, I know where the note is, but if I think of it as geometry, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. At some point, you just know there's A, there's A, there's G, there's G, you know, there's B, there's B. But find those roots and make sure that, you know, give yourself a jam. Think of some rhythm. And start to think, okay, where's that root again? Might want to add the 3. But just incrementally build up to the triad and just work the notes like a bag. Don't have to have spectacular ideas. I'm adding notes, so I won't. But just play the damn notes, and eventually you'll come up with some rhythm that works for them. But don't hesitate to play them just because you're not having an idea. Play them with some type of rhythmic value so that you work through that process. Give it a try.